organization, and the people within your organization will miraculously begin to change. So there's three major things we need to actually be focusing on when we're thinking about changing culture in the business. The most important one is engagement. Because as you know, anything that gets thrust on you, go back to when you were a kid. When somebody said to you, you will, what did you do? You step back and went, not me. But if somebody said to you, let's go do it, you'd go do the naughtiest things. You'd go do amazing things because it's let's, not you will. And so you need to get that mindset in your head. You need to engage the people at work. And you need to say, we've got this cultural challenge ahead of us. We need to introduce this new culture to support our vision. So let's go do it. Not you go do it. Because as soon as it becomes an all-embracing, all-encompassing, let's go do it, everybody's going to grab hands. And I'm not saying, Kumbaya. Hell no. I'm saying, embrace the process. Include people. Sit them down and say, this is what we want. You know very well the cultural changes that need to happen. But how about embracing it and bringing people in and making an inclusive process and saying, what do you think? This is the vision. This is where we're at now. What do you think we need to change? What do you think we need to address as far as culture is concerned? How do we need to embrace this process? And you will be surprised at how everybody within the organization will become engaged, become part of the process, and want to make this work. You can't impose it. You have to ask them to want to take part. So engage them. Know what the vision is. And then bring that vision back to yourself, back to your team, back to your department, and say, that's where we want to go. This is what I need to do as the leader. Let's break it back now. What does each individual person within my teams, what do they need to do? What do I need to do to inspire them when they come to work that they know exactly what they've got to do? They want to do it. So in other words, they know how to do it. And then I do the third thing. And I say, why? Why do you want to do it? Because if you can explain to somebody and you can tell somebody why they want to do something, nothing can stop them. I want us to explore vision now. Where is the one place in the world that you're the most terrified of being out of control? In my case, it's on an aeroplane. You know, you've heard that thing about, you know what, when it's your time, it's your time. I have one challenge. There's a guy up front, okay? One guy, and there's 400 of us back there, and it's his time. What about us? That's what I want you to have a look at this little video. Have a look at this video clip and ask yourself about vision. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you on board Flight 231. Or is it 123 or 231? I'm really not sure. But it doesn't really matter because we're going to just take off and fly a little east and fly a little south for a while and maybe a little west and we'll just sort of get up into the jet stream and it'll take us wherever it wants to. Oh, by the way, I have absolutely no idea how much fuel we got on board. But of course that doesn't matter because we don't know where we're going. Just by a show of hands, I want to first explore our personal vision. Before we have a look at your department or your team or your organization, how many people have and I'm not saying you thought about it once on the 31st of December and you thought, well, you know, wouldn't it be nice to have a 5 Series BMW? That's not a vision, okay? I'm talking about having a deep-rooted, passionate picture of what you want in your future. I'm talking about knowing deep down inside your soul exactly what you want to achieve in your future. What do you want to have? What do you want to do? What do you want to be? And then when you think it, did you ink it? Because if you haven't written it down, it's just a pie in the sky dream, a maybe. Just by show of hands, how many people have a vision? On average, approximately 1 to 3% of the world's population has a crystal clear, written down vision. Now, I'm not saying money is everything, but you know that 90% of the world's wealth is controlled by 3% of the world's population. Somehow there's a correlation there. The people who know where they want to go, get there. They did an experiment in the 50s where they took a group of Harvard students and they asked them one question when they graduated. Who has a vision and written down goals? 10 years later, they asked one more question. What's your income? On average, 10% of the group, it was Harvard, so it wasn't only 3%, 10% of the group had written down goals and a clear vision of exactly where they wanted to go. 10 years later, when they asked the second question, on average, the group with goals and vision were earning between 10 and 100 times more than the group without goals or vision. Now, I'm not saying it's important. I'm not saying you need goals. I'm saying if you don't have goals, you're going to arrive somewhere 5 years from now. My question to you is, where? Are you going to go and see one of these crystal ball gazing women and she's going to sit there and chant and put you under a pyramid and tell you to do stuff? And that's going to tell your future? Or are you going to write a vision? Are you going to have a crystal clear picture of exactly where you want to go? And then every single day, you're going to wake up and you're going to take action. You're going to do stuff that's going to get you there. Isn't that a better way to foretell your future? That's the way I want to do it. And now my question to you is, we have an incredible vision. Do you understand your part, your department's part, your team's part in delivering on that vision? Or is it just some big picture you've got out there and you think, well, if I come to work, it's going to happen? Or have you got some scary guy like that Captain Jones, and he might resemble me, but any resemblance to living or dead people is purely coincidental. Don't believe that you can go through life without a vision. Don't believe that you can achieve that incredible vision in 2015 if you don't know what your part in that process is. So you need to go, and if you don't know, find out. And then when you do know, it's your job to communicate that piece down to the individual person that's sitting behind their desk. They need to know, when they come into work in the morning, what do I need to do today to make a difference tomorrow? Because if you don't know what you're doing today, how are you going to get to where you're going? You get to your driveway in the morning. You don't know where you're going. You stand there or sit parked in your car and you go, do I go left? Do I go right? Do I go straight? Or you get to your driveway in the morning. You have a crystal clear vision of exactly what you're going to do that day. A crystal clear picture of exactly where your life, your business, your team, your organization is going. Turn right. 300 meters to the traffic. At least to the traffic light. Turn left. Go down 500 meters. Turn onto the highway. Ride for 2 kilometers. Do you think I can get to where I'm going? Of course. That's what you need. You need to know where you're going, and you're going to be able to get there. Until you have a crystal clear vision of what you want, you can't achieve anything. You'll be like a paper cup laying in a car park from side to side. Maybe the wind blows you towards the dustbin. Maybe it doesn't. You need to know exactly what you want from your future.